Born Earl Simmons in 1970 in Mount Vernon, New York, life never gave him a fair shot. From the jump, he was surrounded by pain, a young boy raised in chaos, with a mother who didn't know how to love and a world that didn't know how to care. Home wasn't safe, the streets weren't forgiving, so he found peace where he could, in the company of stray dogs, creatures who, like him, had been forgotten, abandoned, and misunderstood. By the time he was just 14, someone he trusted slipped crack cocaine into a blunt, and just like that, his innocence was gone. He didn't ask for that life, it was handed to him. But what he did with that pain, that's what made him legendary.
Fuck I know. All that. It's nothing. Only motherfucker I know ain't gonna turn his back on me. You don't have to. You don't have to. He won't lie to you. He won't try to fuck your girl. He won't talk greasy behind your back. He won't do none of that shit. Anybody you love, if you're around long enough, he'll love them. So I love dogs, man. Man.
In the early 90s, DMX was a storm building underground. No major deals, no radio hits, just raw hunger and pain poured into every verse. He was battling in ciphers, recording tracks on beat-up cassette decks, barking through the static, demanding to be heard. This wasn't about fame yet, it was about survival. Every rhyme was a fight, every bar a release.
It ain't nothing but another nigga put on a stretcher with the blanket over his face. Take him to the mall with the waist, cause it was in the wrong place.
And then came Ruff Ryders. But it wasn't just a record label, it was family. It was armor. It was war dogs riding on chrome bikes with bandanas and pit bulls, built on loyalty and respect. They didn't just believe in DMX, they rode for him. Ruff Ryders gave him the platform, but the voice, that was always his. Together, they weren't just building careers, they were building a movement. Fame didn't save DMX, it just put a spotlight on his demons. The money, the platinum plaques, the sold-out shows, none of it erased the pain that had been living inside him since childhood. He was still battling addiction, still haunted by betrayal, still carrying scars that never fully healed. Even at the top of the charts, the streets never stopped calling. The darkness never stopped knocking. He'd get arrested, fall off, disappear for a while, but somehow he always came back swinging, bruised but never broken. Because for DMX, the fight wasn't just with the world, it was with himself, and he never pretended otherwise. He was honest about the chaos. That he was honest about the chaos, that's what made him real. The 2000s were far from easy for DMX. The spotlight faded, the legal troubles piled up, and addiction kept pulling him under. He was in and out of jail, in and out of rehab, and sometimes just out of reach. But even in his darkest moments, X never stopped searching for the light. He turned to faith, not as a gimmick, but as a lifeline. God was always part of his story, woven into his rhymes, his interviews, his prayers before every show. He didn't preach perfection, he preached the fight, the struggle between the flesh and the spirit, between sin and salvation. And even when the world counted him out, he never stopped believing he could rise again. Because underneath the pain, the chaos, the headlines, there was a man who still had hope, a man who never gave up on God. And when DMX passed on April 9th, 2021, a light went out. But the fire he lit in us, that never dies.
To survive, well, that's to find meaning in the suffering. Yeah, I'm slipping.